Welcome to lesson 2, which means you're ready to put your flute together. Congratulations. You're going to take your body and your head joint, and just like you did with the head joint and the foot joint, you're going to stick the body in the neck on an angle and gently twist that in to spot. You can line up your logos or line up the hole with the first row of keys. Okay? So now your head joint is on correctly. Before we put on the foot joint, let's figure out where our right hand goes. In your right hand, make sure you're holding up your right hand. Hold up 3 fingers. Find your last 3 keys on the body of the flute and put them down. Careful that you're not leaning onto these little chokies. You got those 3 right there. And your thumb goes underneath your first finger just like that. Okay? You should be able to find your tone hole because it is facing up and facing the sky. So with your right hand down on those 3 keys and your mouth in the right spot, in the sweet spot, we should get a sound. And it won't matter if they're up or down. And that's how you get that much going. We're going to add the foot joint before we talk about this hand. The foot joint goes on this way, not this way. It goes on this way. And you go on an angle and you twist it in and line up the rod on the foot joint with the center of the key. So you make one long line, the rod, the keys, and the tone hole. It's one giant line. If you have a hard time getting your foot joint on, a nice trick is to take a regular old lead pencil and color on this part of your body of your flute. It also works with trying to get the head joint on a little easier too. Lead is a natural lubricant, so you should be able to then squeak it on a little bit better. Okay? All right. So remember where your 3 fingers go in your right hand. Your pinky, for most notes, will go here on the first key. Not that guy, but the guy close. Okay? Left hand. This one's pretty important. It's a little bit tricky. Your thumb is going to go on this round key. There's a long one and then there's a round one. And the pad of your thumb is going to go right there. I put a green star on it if you've seen me for a lesson already. This is different than how other flute teachers will tell you to do, and it's different than you'll see in other flute method books. It's not wrong, it's just a different way of doing it and is a little bit easier for beginning flute players. Okay, so put your thumb there, and then the knuckle of your left hand is going to sit right next to, that's a bad angle, right next to your thumb, almost like you're holding a pool cue. You need your knuckle on the flute, and you will then wrap your first finger on to that first key, skip the red star, so skip the one in between, and the 3rd key there. Your pinky can go down here, but not very often. There's only 2 notes that we use for, okay? So you've got those 3 here, and that's the keys that all those fingers are assigned to. You won't ever do anything like this or like this. These fingers are always assigned to those keys. And that's how you put your flute together. Lesson 3 is playing the note D. Thanks.